What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Midwest Meltdown.
We're here
Woo!
in the midst of a global pandemic.
Oh my god, dude. It has been quarantine central, but don't worry, we're going to keep it coming to you guys because that's who we are. We care about you guys.
What is it? Week 3?
Dude, I think it's year 3. I don't
Feels
fucking
like
know.
year 3.
Seriously, like when you're, I mean, again, I'm working from home, thankfully enough. Not this job. Have another job, actually. But in my daytime job, I am working from home, thankfully. But it's so, because, like, you initially sit there and think, oh, like, working from
I
home.
love being at home.
Love it, dude.
Oh, it's 10 a.m. on day 1? I really fucking love to
It's
go back
like,
to work.
oh my god, dude. It's like you wake up and you're just like, I just can't do, like, it's just, because you want to get out, you want to, like, I literally told my fiance, I was like, I miss getting up in the morning, driving in my car, listening to, like,
Having a
podcasts and
fucking
stuff,
purpose.
and like going to work, walking in, scanning the badge and everything.
Yeah,
like,
I listen to all my music on the way
Yes,
in. I get
same.
hyped.
Like, I'm so behind on, like, shows of mine or, like, podcasts I listen to or, like, anything. I'm so behind and it just blows. But I will say this, though. Quarantine has allowed me to kill a shit ton of video games.
Yeah, I'm playing a lot more.
I've been
A
gaming
lot more games.
so much. So freaking much.
Yeah, fucking quarantine has not done any favors to my anxiety, I'll tell you that. It's something about being at home. I feel, like, isolated.
Really?
Because half the other people are still at the hospital.
Okay.
Still doing work on site. And I feel like I'm, like, isolated and I'm missing out.
Okay.
And, like, I just, like, builds and builds and builds and, like, oh, I wonder what's going on. I wonder what's going on. I wonder what's going on.
Right.
And I sit at fucking home by myself. I mean, fortunately, we can, like, talk to each other back and forth on our, like, link messaging IM thing.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it fucking blows, man. But the top side, or the benefit, is I've been playing a ton of GTA Vice City. And just to reorient everyone, this is being recorded on April 10th, 2020.
I was going to say, like, people are going to be like, pause, what?
This is not 2004.
Hold on. Vice City.
This is 2020, and I have
Oh
been
my God.
raging on Vice City. Got the remaster for the spring sale on PlayStation.
Mhm.
$8. I've already played, check my stats, 23 hours on this game. My favorite
my
fucking
God.
Vice City game. Or favorite GTA game.
GTA game, yeah.
Yeah.
I think, like, I mean, obviously I know it's still based on kind of age and, like, what game you probably fell more in love with, but, like, even for me, for some reason, like, just when I think of like, as soon as I hear Grand Theft Auto, I think instantly Vice City.
Oh, yeah.
First game right out of the gate that I think of is bam,
It's
Vice City. Like,
It was I think it was, I don't know what my first true M game that I purchased was, but I remember where I got Vice City.
really?
For the PS2. I was with my parents in a Shopco, which, if anybody in the Midwest understands what that is, they do understand that most of them are bankrupt and gone now.
I was gonna say, are they even around anymore?
I don't know.
I
Maybe.
don't think so.
I was in a Shopco, and my mom was somewhere else, and I was with my dad, and I was
Bingo.
like, hey,
That's
let's get this. And he's
There it
like,
is.
well, like, what's it about? Like, your mom's not gonna. You're like, it's just like you do a lot of, like, driving around, and, like,
you just drive,
Yeah.
shoot,
you do some stuff.
fuck, like, it's just
And he's like, is there, like, a lot of, like, sex stuff in it? I was like, nah, honestly, not really, Dad. Like, not really. Knowing full well that you can
The
enter
classic-
and purchase a strip club in Vice City.
the classic just tell, like, underplay it to the parents,
Like, not, like,
well,
barely.
No, like, well, is there blood? I mean, like, you see, like, some red.
Yeah, honestly, it could have been
Like-
ketchup. I don't even know,
Like, I don't even.
Dad.
Honestly, I think I want to, because you say that with the dad thing. I think I got it with my dad too,
Mhm.
because I know for a fact. Because, like, the only other comparison I can think of is my dad. So, obviously, there's the movie Jackass. You're familiar with the premise of it.
Wait, yeah, that
Giant
documentary
Knoxville.
about donkey.
Don't-
Oh, wait. I think we're talking about different movies.
Rodent owning ass. Yo, mama's ass. No, so obviously, documentary, guys do stupid shit, Giant Knoxville, whatever. So when it first came out, my dad, just based on the humor standpoint, was like, we gotta watch it. But of course, my mom was the one who was like, you can't buy the explicit versions of songs on iTunes.
Oh.
So, yeah, so, like,
Well, hopefully we get the explicit tag on all the fucking apps this streams on.
Jesus, dude. Like, so that's okay. So that's who she was. So I remember my dad and I had went to a Best Buy to get Jackass, and he's like, just don't tell your mother. And it was the same thing with Vice City. Is we got it from a GameStop, and he had just heard about like Grand Theft Auto in general, and he was just like, because this was, I don't know how long it came up in relation to when the PS2 came out, but like all I remember was when the PS2 came out, my dad was so pumped because the graphics were amazing, quote unquote.
They were though.
Like I remember he said something about we got NHL National Hockey Night 2002,
yeah,
and he was like, "Yeah, I heard on the radio that you can see the guys' faces,
and
they have intro videos.
You can see their eyeballs.
You can see their eyeballs. Like that was like, oh my god." So then, when obviously you hear about the premise of Vice City, and for him, it obviously wasn't anything about like the hookers and shit like that. It was just like the shooting and the driving, the killing, all that crap. So again, it was the same thing where he's like, just don't tell your mom.
I think it's a little bit of different in parent dynamics here between the two of us. But yeah, same concept. Well, you know what's funny? Speaking of the hookers, when you pick up a prostitute in Vice City, specifically, because I don't remember what San Andreas does, obviously being the next one.
Sure.
If you pick her up and drive and park and then initiate the prostitute mini fucking show, whatever.
Sure.
When you flip the camera around to look inside the car,
they're not doing anything.
They're still just sitting there, straight face out the window.
Do you think they knew? They were like some little kid, some fucking kid's gonna try to like, well, I changed the camera angle, I can see.
Well, of course, people in PlayStation 1 were trying to get Lara Croft to take her clothes off in Tomb Raider. Do you remember that? Did you hear about that cheat for Tomb Raider 2?
I think so.
So anyway, there was a rumor that you could get Lara Croft naked in Tomb Raider 1.
Okay.
Right? Never was the case. There was no code you could enter to do that. But Konami, or not Konami, whomever makes Tomb Raider, I don't know, doesn't necessarily matter.
Yeah. Okay.
They heard the rumor, obviously, and then in Tomb Raider 2, Tomb Raider 2 came out, there was a rumor that was spread, whomever it was initiated by doesn't really matter, but it was that you enter this specific cheat code, and this is what gets Lara Croft naked, because, responding to fan requests to see her naked.
Okay.
What it actually did was it killed her. It blew her up, and she blew up into, like, a bunch of different pieces.
See,
have you ever seen those?
I haven't. No.
It's really
so
funny.
The developers knew. They're like,
okay,
how many perverted kids are gonna dudes are gonna be like, dude, you hear this cheat? What the fuck?
And then you die. Yeah, it's really funny too because there's a couple of like movement buttons, so it makes her like sidestep and go backwards and like jump, and then she explodes.
So every like teenage boy was like when she jumps up, probably thinking like, that's when the top's coming off, and then just.
Yep.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That's so funny.
But dude,
God, no, City.
Just going back to the quarantine though, I wanted to tell you there was a post I saw the other day on IGN where they listed, what was it? I think it was 6 different houses. I've been seeing these for like different scenarios of like movie characters.
Who you're stuck with?
Like, yeah. Basically, it's a house of who you're stuck with, and they did it for video game characters.
Oh, okay.
So basically, the premise is you pick one house of the characters, but then the characters in that house, you can only play their games until this whole quarantine is over.
Okay, so I'm looking at it here. So you have 4. So there's 6 houses, 4 characters per house.
Yep.
You're stuck with those 4 people, and you're only playing their games.
Exactly.
Okay. So
I already have mine.
All right, so let's go.
I looked at that list for 2 seconds, and I already found mine.
Let's go. We'll just read them off. So house 1 is Master Chief, Solid Snake, Samus, and Commander Shepard. House 2, Nathan Drake, Isabel, and what's Isabel from?
Isabel was the fictional character. She's the Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing.
Arthur Morgan and Scorpion.
Which, by the way, is apparently like one of the hottest games right now for the Nintendo Switch.
I forgot to talk to you about this. Yeah, Animal Crossing was very popular a long time ago.
I never played it.
Yikes.
I know.
We lost so many viewers.
I know. I don't care. I just, honestly, I want to know what the craze is. Like, you're just...
I mean, I haven't played it either, so I don't know.
I don't know. Like, it just, to me...
Now no one's a fan.
Now
everyone who was listening just closed the app.
Listen. Dude, I love Animal Crossing. I don't know. Like, to me,
I'm not saying it's bad. I just didn't play it.
It's just funny how it's the craze, but I think it's the craze now just because it's like...
Oh, no. This has a very strong following.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Oh, just, it's not... I'm not included in that. So.
Well, fuck me, I guess, right? So, all right.
Pretty much.
Going on.
House 3 is Mario,
Aloy from Horizon. Jesus Christ.
Yikes.
Yikes. Aloy, and she is from Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh, it's in my backlog, so
it is.
I'll figure that out.
I just completed the campaign probably about 2 months ago. Very entertaining.
Okay, it's in there. I'll get there.
It's good.
And then, fuck, Geralt from The Witcher. That was my Henry Cavill impression.
I was like, yeah.
Ezio.
Was it? Because yikes.
And that's House 3.
Okay.
House 4 is Marcus Fenix. I will not pronounce it Phoenix because that's not how it's spelled. Sue me. Pikachu, Lara Croft, Naked, I hear, if you put in the right code.
No,
and
she
Joker
just
from
up.
Persona 5. House 5 is Kratos, Sonic, Cloud Strife, and Tracer. And House 6 is Link, Sam Bridges, Ellie, and then the Doom Slayer. Or Doom Guy, or the Doom Marine, however you choose to refer to him.
I see. Now, for me, obviously, people are gonna think right out of the gate, House 2 or 6 being the two big characters being Nathan Drake and Ellie. Now, hear me out. Again, love The Last of Us. Fantastic game. Speaking of the fucking quarantine really fast, god damn it.
Yeah. I mean, I was
second
thinking that, but you
game
might have
is
to
now
expand.
delayed indefinitely.
Oh, yeah.
I cried for 4 hours straight. By the way, PlayStation did email me because for everybody who's listening, I pre-ordered it, but I pre-ordered like the collector's edition, so I got some like cool little memorabilia and stuff for it. But now obviously the game's on hold, so they sent me an email saying you can basically get your complete refund with no charge whatsoever to get everything back, or you can just hold your place in line basically. You can just you just stay where you're at.
You don't get any money back though.
You don't get your money back,
Okay.
but once the game releases, which it will at some point, whenever that may be, I don't know. But like
this is such a long delay. Like it's ridiculous.
Well, because it was initially supposed to launch in February, end of February was the initial launch date.
Mm-hmm.
Then it got pushed to the end of May of 2020, and now with this whole quarantine thing going on, now it's been delayed indefinitely. And basically from what I've been reading, and now this is where Josh and I had some talks about this, it's so hard to tell who's doing the delaying and why.
Dude, it's
because
Naughty Dog, for
Neil
sure.
Druckmann came out, and I saw numerous quotes, numerous tweets from him basically saying the game is practically done. It's just out of our hands now. They're basically blaming Sony for them not being able to release it to fans.
He's lying.
I think, like, part of me wants to think yes, but like I don't, because the problem is that one of the reasons was something about Sony saying they wanted the best experience for their gamers or something.
Yeah, well, what the hell does that mean?
Exactly. That's what I don't get. Like
Doom
that's
Eternal released.
Doom Eternal and Animal Crossing on like the same freaking day. Which
Yeah,
talk about
and
a
that
combo
had-
for release. Like,
Dude,
talk
hey,
about polar opposite
no,
games.
that's so if you get too tired, fucking slaying demons, you can just flip over Animal Crossing for
Jesus.
a good little reprieve.
Still, that's just so like that's such a rapid switch.
Hey,
That's like
Sometimes.
that goes from like eating celery to like sticking your head in a chocolate fountain.
I have a chocolate fountain.
Oh boy.
Seriously though, did you?
Do you
not?
really?
Yeah.
Like-
I shit you not. It's this big.
Really?
About 2.5 feet tall. Yeah,
For our viewers listening,
2.5 feet.
2.5 feet.
Swear to God.
Wow,
Didn't you see it? Like when we had homecoming and stuff here when we were in high school?
dude, that was a blur. No, honestly, I don't know. I think at the time I was just so more enthralled of being with the older kids. I was just like not paying
The older
attention
kids.
to anything else around me. I was like,
Maybe you weren't here
I'm
that
the
year.
I'm with the sophomores.
I don't know.
I was like, this is cool.
Regardless, no one fucking cares. Okay.
Anyway, so like I said, back to the house thing. Between House 2 and 6, again, I love The Last of Us. I could play that game over and over and over. However, Link in the Zelda games, I never really got into. I have played them from friends who have owned either the N64. I've also played some Breath of the Wild on my buddy who owns a Switch.
You played it on him?
Well, kind of. Not really.
Or you played it on his Switch?
I played it on his Switch.
Oh, thank God.
Sam Bridges, I'm drawing a total blank right now.
Well, who's the guy in Splinter Cell? Is that Sam Bridges? Or is it
shit.
Sam something else? Sam Bridges. Oh, Death Stranding. The new Hideo Kojima
he's
game.
the what's
Norman
his
Reedus' character.
Well, see now that I don't get, because if I was in a house with Norman Reedus, hell yeah. But now I'm in
yeah, but that's not who in the house.
I know.
You're with this Sam guy.
with his character.
Haven't played Death Stranding yet.
Dude, I don't think I'm gonna actually get that game until it becomes like free or super cheap.
Well, yeah, it's gotten. I mean, like, people were not thrilled about it, and I just don't have the time for it.
It's a walking simulator.
Hey man, I don't know anything about it, so I'm not even going to talk about it.
All I've heard is that it's a massive story.
Okay.
Like the story element is huge, but there's nothing really going on, like action wise or anything. It's just you just sort of walking around this desolate planet trying to deliver packages, from what I've heard.
All right, hey man, fine. Something about
not saying it's not a good game, but I just think
I don't even know.
Everyone dial the fuck back.
Okay.
Anyway,
so pick your house. How
so
about
like
that?
I said,
Stop
Link,
talking
Sam
about
Bridges, Ellie, Doomslayer. Again, again, I think I'm pretty much limiting myself with Ellie and Sam Bridges to 2 games, like 1 game each. Doomslayer, I guess, like technically, see, I can't. Okay, so I'm gonna go with House 2. I gotta stick to my guns here. So it was the first one I saw. It's got Nathan Drake, so that includes all 3 of the Nathan Drake original trilogy, plus Uncharted 4, plus The Lost Legacy. So that's 5 games right there.
Is he in Lost Legacy? No. So you only get the first 4.
His brother is.
Oh.
I mean, he's referenced. He's in the universe of it.
Yeah, but the game isn't Nathan Drake. It's Uncharted. So, no. Doesn't count.
Fine. Okay, so it's still 4 games.
Yeah.
But then, apparently, I can jump on the Animal Crossing train with Isabella, so...
Yeah, you can play those games, see what
there
it's about.
There you go. Arthur Morgan. I mean, Red Dead 2, I could...
Yeah, you could spend 100 hours doing chores, cleaning your horse, shaving, changing your clothes.
We're still on this, aren't we?
Yeah. Real fun doing your laundry, eating healthy, and getting exercise. That's all things people look for in a video game, which you can definitely do in Red Dead Redemption 2. So.
Fine, play the online then. Because the online you don't do any of that. You just go around killing random people for fun. God. You just find random character. Like, it's really funny when you find some dude who's got a mic and you shoot him. And they're like, what the fuck, dude? And some people just freak out of just going like shooting at a sniper from a top of a cliff and blowing some dude's head out.
Were they shocked they got killed in the video game or what?
I mean,
you didn't have to answer that question.
And then
Scorpion, you have
Scorpion,
fucking 1,000 Mortal Kombat games to play.
I'm about to say, yeah, I have a pretty vast selection of Mortal Kombat. So yeah, I think, yeah, personally, I gotta go House 2, just with everything that I like, everything I enjoy. Because House 6 is there, but I can't.
You might be surprised by this, but no one is disagreeing with you that you can hear right now.
Dude, they are.
Hey, you're justifying
there are people
a choice
stick to your guns,
that everyone
man.
is supporting.
Go with Ellie.
No. Okay.
Her
weird and no.
Sailor tongue, the way she swears like a sailor.
Sailor tongue. Sailor mouth? Sailor tongue might be something different that you don't want to get into.
Yikes.
Just saying.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Maybe.
Okay, I'm going to do some talking now.
Urban Dictionary, that shit.
You're going to make this worse. So this isn't even a judgment call for me, bro. You're Audi 5000. House 1. Master Chief, Solid Snake, Samus, and Commander Shepard. It's my opinion, you have the 2 most famous intergalactic, and I put emphasis on that, intergalactic heroes in Commander Shepard and Master Chief, who both saved the universe combined 7 times. I didn't play Halo 5 because I didn't have an Xbox One, but I played Halos 1 through 4, absolutely love them, and then Mass Effect is my all-time favorite game. I have a Renegade tattoo.
Of course.
Soon to get a Paragon tattoo when tattoo shops open up again because of fucking quarantine.
Oh, yeah, well.
So we'll finish that up later.
Have you played Andromeda?
Parts.
You own it, don't you? Do you?
Yeah, I own it.
Yeah, you own it, okay.
But it's not in that list, so.
Okay.
Because he's not in it.
True, he's not.
I mean, they reference him at the beginning,
actually,
but...
I'm about to say they reference him, but...
Regardless. Mass Effect 1 through 3.
Yeah. Which, yeah.
Samus is a dime. When she gets that suit off.
Dude, talk about one of the biggest reveals in video games.
I know. So that's factorial benefit.
I'll say there's
there.
and there's plenty of games too.
There's a lot of Metroid games, yeah.
Metroid,
and she's hot, so you can do that. You get a whole house. It doesn't say a room, so like we can leave for a little bit, and like Master Chief, Solid Snake, Commander Shepard can entertain themselves.
We can just sort of
We can I'll show her my.
I just feel to me like, and here's the thing. When I think back to the people in the house, like I know the rule is saying that you can have to play like their games. Part of the rule that I also make up for this is that we are physically in the house with these characters, and part of me thinks that like Master Chief and Commander Shepard are gonna be too like mom and dad about it, where it's like,
not Commander Shepard, dude. What if you get a Renegade Shepard?
Yeah, but that's a big what if.
Oh yeah, you don't want a Renegade Shepard.
You don't.
You're burning the house down.
That's the thing, dude. The house isn't even there yet. Okay. He basically said, "Kill all the animals first, then we'll think about burning your goddamn house down." Like,
dude, and Commander Shepard dances. Oh, he also fucks everything in the galaxy if you so choose. So don't even give me this fucking mom and dad.
He's just a big
Master Chief will definitely be too serious.
Master Chief will be for sure.
But that's not his fault. He was bred and trained that way. So that was done to him. So I won't blame him for it. And he's also fucking.
I'll get mad at him, but I won't blame him.
He's also really tall, so I hope they have tall ceilings. He's 8 feet tall.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, the Spartans. I don't remember which run it was. He's like 2 or 4 or whatever the fuck. They were like 8 feet tall.
Don't ask me, man.
I love Halo.
Yeah, that's fine. Solid Snake. Dude,
you wouldn't even know he's there.
I do. I feel like he just literally drink everybody
the whole fucking time.
He'd drink everybody literally under the table, and nobody would know. Where the fuck is all this booze going? Snake, god damn it! He just.
We see you under that cardboard box. It's not fooling anybody.
He's in the middle of the room. Nobody can see me under. We can see you.
We can hear you talking to yourself.
Nobody knows. What are you drinks like that?
Speaking of drinks, what are we drinking here?
I don't know. What are we drinking?
You want to go first?
Well, looks like out of these glasses we're drinking a thing called Whistle Pig. It is straight rye.
Mm-hmm.
Yikes. 100
rye
proof,
whiskey.
everybody. 100 proof. That's what you know what?
That's what we have in our glasses.
We jump into this thing, we go right for it.
And we also have secondary beverages.
Oh yeah, we got our chasers of beer.
What do you got?
Sam Adam Cosmic Sour?
Cosmic with a K. That means it's extra crazy.
Hey, you heard it here first, folks. It is extra fucking crazy.
I'm drinking the old Double X, straight from Mexico. Dos Equis Amber.
Dos Equis.
Not Lager Especial. That's the green one. This is the brown
We don't
one.
promote underage drinking, kids.
Well,
but it's quarantine.
27 years old.
What?
I'm 27 years old.
Are you?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's fine.
Yeah.
I love
Okay,
Dos Equis.
Just chill out.
Yeah.
Dos Equis.
They're Yeah, I understand that, but it also doesn't make sense grammatically. That's like Pirates of the Caribbean versus Pirates of the Caribbean. No one says Pirates of the Caribbean, right? Pirate versus Pirates of the Caribbean. But when you refer to the geographic location, you say Caribbean because that's just what happens. So same thing with people say Dos Equis.
I honestly
people say Dos Equis.
I've always heard people say Dos Equis. I've
Right,
never heard anybody say Dos Equis.
Right, because people in the United States, who are all primarily the people that I know that you know for the most part,
correct.
are all native English speakers who don't speak Spanish.
Correct.
And so they say it Dos Equis.
Oh.
Where they say like do and then sequis, right?
Mhm.
They kind of they separate those syllables. Where it's Dos Equis because dos is 2, obviously, and equis is X.
Oh.
So I think it's just like Americans being lazy.
I'm gonna write that down.
I also get my
Spanish lesson in for today.
Well, my best friend in pharmacy school, I won't say her name, but she is from El Salvador, so she speaks Spanish, and so like she'll say certain things, and I think she said it once,
okay,
and she said it that way, and I was like, oh, I guess that would be how you would say if you were just a Spanish-speaking person,
like a native speaker
who said, "Hey, say 2 X's," you would say it that way, rather than a branded thing,
right?
Like
that makes sense.
So, whatever.
Okay.
I don't really know what that was fucking related to, but
that's what we're doing. That's how we get into these things.
That's what I'm drinking.
God.
So, well, we got our houses. Now, what do you want to talk about?
I don't know, man. I'm trying to think of what. Let's see, what game.
What are you playing right now?
So, well, I just finished up and got you, my copy of Jedi Fallen Order.
Mm-hmm.
All right, hear me out. I love Star Wars. Love Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Even though the newest trilogy sucks, get at me. I don't fucking care. At me on whatever. I don't give a shit. I'll argue with this till I'm blue in the goddamn face. Awful.
I
still love Star Wars. I still love the overall premise of all 8 movies. I love everything in between. It's fun. We referenced in our top 10 picks so long ago in a galaxy far, far away that I had on there Battlefront 2.
Mm-hmm.
And it was funny because I actually talked to a friend of mine about this, and he laughed that I had it so high. But I told him, I said, well, let's do a quick tea here for a sec. When it first launched, I would never have had that anywhere on my list because of all the loot crates and all that shit like that. But I feel like now, post all that garbage, with all of the new maps and the playable characters, I think that game is actually pretty enjoyable.
Okay.
That being said, skipping now to Fallen Order, we all thought, hey, here is the Star Wars campaign that we've been waiting for, because Battlefront 1 didn't give us anything. And I'm not talking like OG Battlefront, I'm talking like EA Battlefront.
Yeah, on the PlayStation 4, Xbox One.
Yes.
Yep.
The first Battlefront was just, to me, it seemed like a very, very extreme demo with multiplayer.
Okay.
The second one gave a campaign, but it wasn't anything like riveting. It was.
I like that campaign.
I mean, again, it was fun, but it wasn't like over the top, like, oh my god, this is like a nuts campaign. Like, it was fun. It was just like, all right, like, I mean, again, they had no comparison. So when you're looking at across Battlefront games, you're like, all right, like, it's fun. But
sure,
then
yeah,
when this
yeah,
came out, like they like strictly said no multiplayer. Like, this is gonna be campaign heavy based, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone's like, oh my god, like, is this gonna be it? But then we're like, oh, it's EA backing it, so there's still like the little voice in the back of your head, like, don't get too
fuck it up.
So everybody, that's the thing though. I think everybody's like kind of went into it with a little bit of a grain of salt. So I started playing it. Honestly, the campaign's like, it's fun, but there is a big ass but in there. There's like, I don't even know like where to begin. First of all, in a game, I'll say this, in a game, when I hit somebody, when I have my character swinging a lightsaber, a sword, or whatever, and he's like swinging at me, but I'm able to get a jab in there first,
Yeah.
I expect him to like fall back. I don't expect him to continue through with
So
a
you have
hit.
a problem with the mechanic?
That's one complaint.
Okay.
Complaint number 2, there is no like fast travel. So when you go, like, you travel to different planets, but like once you're on the planet though, the exploration of said planet is like the OG exploration games where it's like you go from area to area, you have to like backtrack a lot to like get to another. Do you know what I'm talking about? If you go to like, I can't.
Oh yeah, because we were talking about this before.
Yes.
It's a lot of level building. Is it?
Yes, that's what it is.
Because in older games, you didn't have as much memory to operate on. A
So they had to
disc or
like
whatever,
they had to build.
They had to make you backtrack. So
exactly.
if you're like, oh, I see this door, it's locked. I'm clearly gonna have to come back to it. So you'd go progress in the game, like maybe a level or two forward, and then be like, oh, we'll go back to this. You're going.
They
you're backtracking
make
through
you
the
do
levels and seeing
that all the time in this game.
There's a lot of that in Area 51.
Okay.
They're for PlayStation 2.
Right. But again, that's the argument you were making. Like with PlayStation 2 back in the day, like they had to try to make ways for you to expand the game, to make it a little bit longer, to make it more explorative, I guess. Like there, like
not more explorative, but just to make the game bigger,
right?
Without making it actually bigger.
And the part that pisses me off, it's like, this is the Star Wars universe. Like, the endless possibilities you have to add content and make this campaign. Like, they didn't have to do this. They didn't have to add, like, little backtrack and go find this and find this. Like, there's so much crap in the universe that they could have built off of, and they didn't. There are some cool moments. Don't get me wrong. If people who have played it know what I'm talking about.
I haven't played it yet.
Haven't played it yet, but I will say there are some moments that do make it fun. But like I said, I think there's just still too much to where I'm just like, it just gets so repetitive and so annoying, and I absolutely hate that with any game. Like, I'm not singling out this game for this reason, but like any game where they're like, "Hey, fucker, see this door? Well, you haven't learned." Da da da. So you got to come all the way back when you're level 50. And what am I level right now? You're level 0.4. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I agree.
That's
I mean,
so
like I said, it's just happened more in
annoying.
older games because they couldn't make the worlds as big.
Right.
You know what my favorite Star Wars game is? Shadows of the Empire for N64.
Okay.
Did you play that game?
Shadows of the Empire for N64. No.
It was awesome. You know who the main character was? Dash Rendar.
Was it a big game? Because it looks big.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's pretty popular.
Honestly, I don't really. Honestly,
Not ringing any bells.
Don't. Yeah, it's not ringing nothing.
Yeah. So you play as a new guy. His name is Dash Rendar. Looks suspiciously close to Han Solo.
Jesus.
I mean, it's not supposed to. It's not like Han Solo doesn't exist. Like you talk to Han Solo in the game. It's just like it basically fucking looks like him.
Right.
What do? You go through Echo Base at the beginning.
Okay.
You go through you're on Tatooine for like a hover bike race, which was fucking dope.
Of course.
The beginning is you're on Hoth.
Thought it was Colt.
Take it easy. All right, settle down. You're on Hoth as Luke Skywalker.
Okay.
In the snowspeeder.
Okay. So
you do that mission.
We're in episode 5. Good.
You can hit the tow cables. Yep. Boom, 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 boom. Super dope.
Cool.
Then you become Dash Rendar. Go to Echo Base. Right. Don't remember what level 3 is. Level 4 was the some desert planet. It might have been Tatooine, but the final boss is Boba Fett.
Odds are desert planet. Oh yeah, it definitely is then. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm thinking Jabba. Sorry.
Yeah.
I heard Boba, but I thought for some reason my mind said, "Hey, speaking of Jabba." No,
yeah. So that was really cool.
Was.
You get to meet all different kinds of wampas. Like there's a snow wampa in Echo Base. There's a sand wampa on that level I was just talking about.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot, man. I can't fucking retain.
A lot of wampas.
You said I can't even remember there were so many.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Wow.
And then you go to some sort of sewers, and that was scary because there were these sea monsters in the sewer water. Super scary. But then, you go to the Emperor's ship, and then you do something. Yeah.
I think
I don't remember a lot of the ending.
I'm about to say you can spoil it at this point. I feel like games on the N64. I think we have freedom to spoil if we so choose.
That game was dope, though. That was a good game. Also a good game, Star Wars Episode 1 Pod Racer. That was a good fucking game.
I actually
not Star Wars Racer that we downloaded on PlayStation 4. Way different. Way better. That game's crap.
Really? Versus Episode 1 Pod Racer?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Because that racer game is like no. Episode 1 Pod Racer is like a fully fleshed out game.
Wow.
There's a lot of races in this good game.
Interesting.
Those are my favorite Star Wars games, and then Star Wars Battlefront, the original Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Well, I feel like for most people that's typically if you've played it in any sort of capacity, I feel like that's the one that that's because that was Clone Wars, right?
Well, it spanned all the universe.
Okay.
Yeah,
I just remember like the cover was,
but it included a lot of the cover was a clone trooper.
Okay.
But it included all the heroes. Like Luke Skywalker was on there, Leia, Han, Chewie.
I will, like I said, I will say this too: is that the fact that this Fallen Order game does do like a pretty cool job at like, because it takes place. The story, the premise of the story is that you're a Jedi who basically like fled from the Empire during the whole Order 66.
Okay.
So you're discovered by like another former Jedi, and she's like, we have to try to like rebuild what was lost and all this stuff. So you go on the whole mission. That's kind of the premise of it. So it takes place basically like 10 years after Order 66 was executed.
Okay.
So we're into right as the Death Star is being built. Like we're right before Episode 4. Like we're right there. So we're basically like the Rogue One era. Basically.
Okay.
And there is a lot of cool stuff where you can find these things called Force Echoes, where it's basically just like there's like certain items or certain like objects that you can go and sense the Force, and it tells like a brief story. So they do a pretty cool job at like giving lore to certain things that might have happened during the Clone Wars, post Clone Wars, leading into this, like post Order 66, like certain cool things that can all sort of read and tie into
Okay.
what kind of fills the gap. So it does actually do a pretty cool job at that. Like it is really fun to kind of like read and see like little things they give, and so yeah. So I mean, like I said, I'll give it that. But like I said, I just one of the planets you go to is Dathomir with the witches.
Where Darth Maul's from?
Where he originated from.
Yeah.
Well, he's not officially from there. He got like created into his being there.
Right, and it's what was the other guy's name? Savage. Right?
Savage Ventress, his brother.
Yeah.
And then what's her face? The dual wielding, not dual wielding, but I mean technically dual wielding.
Apart, yeah.
What's her name? She was from Dathomir. She was a witch of Dathomir.
Right.
But she came up Jedi. Ventress.
Yeah.
Asajj Ventress.
Yeah,
No.
they had weirdly similar names. We're getting something wrong here. That's fine. You can figure it out and tell us later.
Just we're there. Fuck, we know. I can see the people in my mind.
Y'all know who we're talking about.
We know who we're talking about.
Yeah.
God damn it. But so you do go there. I think like one of the other ones you go to is Kashyyyk. It's God, like if there's not a fucking game, you don't go to Kashyyyk. But again, like it is from that standpoint cool. Like story is cool, but there's just too much. To me, that's just like. Oh, it just drags, and it's like you could have done so much more to get all this other stupid filler crap out of here. That's the part that annoyed me about it.
Okay.
Again, if you're a Star Wars fan,
I like Star
I think
Wars.
it's worth a try. Just because again, maybe you might like it. I don't know, but I will say this: the battle mechanics, I do like that.
You just said you didn't like that.
No. I don't like that one element of it, and I don't like that in any other game that does do the same thing, where if I am, again, from a physical standpoint, like a realism sort of thing, if I'm swinging and I fucking hit a guy before he hits me, I expect him to, like, recoil and not hit me and follow through on his hit. The thing I do like about this game is that it's a lot more strategy-based when it comes to combat. When it comes to, like, lightsaber on lightsaber or, like, a duel.
Okay.
You have to like there is elements of you have to like defend and properly dodge and then do another attack, and there's like certain attacks that might affect certain enemies in certain ways. So there is like an actual strategy behind it, which I do enjoy. Like because it actually to beat certain bosses you have to know like certain moves, certain dodge, all this stuff.
I don't know, man. This sounds like Pokemon. Like you want me to use a water type against a fire type? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I mean, if you did that, it wouldn't be a bad idea.
Would it be highly effective?
Is it super effective?
I don't fucking know.
I think it's super effective.
Whatever you
No,
say.
it's super effective.
Okay, fine.
People right now are like, it's super effective.
Still not arguing.
Highly
That's
effective.
probably wrong. I don't fucking care.
Dude.
All right.
It's super effective.
How about let's talk about this. So, I will say this about the newest version of Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Go ahead.
Is that it created just such a fun time for the two of us.
Yes. Jesus Christ.
So let's talk about that, and we'll wrap it up here. Is what happened, is what we did. Would you like to talk about it? I'll talk about it. Because created the fucking drink that almost killed me.
The night that never happened.
Oh,
yikes.
Oh, it fucking happened. So we were grinding away on Star Wars Battlefront 2.
For the record, I have platinumed it.
Yeah,
probably my best one on the shelf.
Congratulations, probably.
For sure.
Yeah.
There were two that were just a fucking grinder. But anyway.
And so, because I didn't really... I don't know why I did this, actually. Maybe I was sick of being alive. Had a bottle of Everclear, because why the fuck not? And I guess it all depends on where you're listening from. This is in Wisconsin, where it's the higher version of Everclear.
Where I'm about to say, for all the kids who are listening
alcohol.
who have never heard of Everclear, it's
90%
poison.
ethanol.
It's poison.
Yeah, well, I mean, all alcohol is poison, but yeah.
Well, yeah.
So anyway,
it'll get you.
I wanted to fucking have a party. You had come up from Illinois when you were living in Illinois at the time, and we
just wanted to party.
Yeah, as I did, because I took a big nap when you made me watch The Witch.
Hey,
you remember that?
You said, and I quote,
we're not getting into it. That movie sucks. All right, we already listened to you talk about that you don't like Star Wars.
Hold on,
everybody heard it.
Hold on, I'll just add one thing quick. Is at the very end. Sorry, spoiler alert. It's been out for a while. Go fuck yourself.
Yikes.
You said, if Billy the Goat talks, I will like this
His name's
movie.
not Billy, it's something else. It's like Bradbury or some shit.
If the goat talks at the end and basically becomes Satan, I will like this movie. And right after he said that, boys and girls, fucking the goat talked and it was Satan, and Josh was like, God damn it, I kind of like this movie.
Yeah, the movie was just
you don't fully hate it.
Stupid up to that point, though.
Which is like the final 10
fucking
minutes.
Terrible. 10 minutes is like the final minute and a half.
Whatever. Anyway,
we did that today. And so I decided to make 3 new drinks. And all of them, the primary component is water. I was literally being smarter
bullshit.
than the alcohol. I swear to God. If you imagine a pint glass, everybody think about a pint glass right now as I describe how I made this drink. It was literally one finger, a pinky finger of Everclear in a pint glass, okay, with ice, then 4 fingers plus of water, just to clarify. So majority water.
Just to be ever clear about it.
And then 2 fingers of 0-calorie white can Monster.
See, that's the part that, regardless of how much water you put into this, that's the element that gets you fucked up.
I think it was the alcohol that got you fucked up.
No, it's the mixing of the energy with the alcohol.
Yeah, I know.
That's what does it.
It's bad. It doesn't. It'll whatever.
Well, stop trying to make like this whole. We added 4 fingers of water. You could have added the fucking ocean of water. It wouldn't have mattered.
All I'm saying is that it was super tasty.
Not
So much
lie, yes, it was.
that I had 2 more. Then
2.
made same drink, same component of Everclear.
Name them.
No way. That's a secret.
Oh, you're
Now
not
they're
going
gonna
to
have
reveal
to think
names?
about it. Yeah, no, I'm not.
All right. So you give the components for the first drink.
So I already did. Yeah. So the white can, 0-calorie Monster, water, and Everclear. So same amount of water, same amount of Everclear, and then apple juice for a nice yellow drink.
Mhm.
Least favorite, but still good.
Mhm.
And then a different one was substitute either the Monster or the apple juice with cranberry juice for a red drink, and that was good. You're promoting proper urinary health. You're getting some fruit in. Again, a lot of water in there, staying hydrated. But then still Everclear at the bottom. Yeah.
Hey, what's up, healthy stuff? Fuck out of here.
Yeah, I think I had 7 or 8 of those drinks. 7 or 8 Everclear drinks.
I think the majority of the ones that I had, I didn't go to sleep that day until 6:30 a.m. That was probably the longest I stayed up.
I went to sleep on the bathroom floor at about 3 a.m.
I kept grinding away at Star Wars.
I don't know.
Because it was double XP that weekend.
I know. You forgot.
We want to get into that story.
You forgot to mention that until Saturday at about 6 o'clock at night.
We're sitting there gaming, and for some reason I was like, wow. Because at this point, Josh wasn't playing yet. I think we were still just wrapping up dinner.
I was napping.
And you were napping. And for some reason, I'm sitting there playing, and Josh even looked over too, and he's like, how are you leveling up so fast? I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm just...
Literally asked.
I'm killing it right now.
Know.
I seriously didn't. And then there was one game, and I'm like, no, there's no way. And after one game, you look at like the stats, and it says, oh, double XP. And I was
very prominent on the screen.
And I looked at it, and I was like, oh, it's double XP weekend. And Josh
I guess I should log on, shouldn't I?
Yeah, just, I'm sitting here, little PlayStation just clicks on. Beep. Oh, man, I was like, I am so sorry, dude. Like, I didn't see that. And he's just like, yeah, I'm going to start playing now.
Literally wasted like 6 hours.
Well, you did.
Yeah, I did.
I leveled up pretty quick.
Yeah, I bet.
Because that was the night. Then I started nailing some like really hard trophies down, and then I could at that point there was one trophy in particular where you run around with like a shotgun, and you have to do it, but it only runs for like 10 seconds. But you have to get 3 kills in that 10 seconds 3 times, and the percentage of people that had completed it up to that point was like 0.5%. And I was like, I'm at 2. Like, I know I'm there. And then I did one more. Once I got that trophy, I could, like, smell the platinum. I was like, I'm there, dude. Like, I could sense it. I knew I'm like, it's there. It's in the sights. And then I think I did it. I completed it later on. But, yeah, because then I was so fucking wired on Everclear and Monster drinks. I was just sitting there. I was like,
Yeah, well, I was fighting for my life in the bathroom.
You're basically dead at this point, and I was like, oh, it's 5:30. I guess I'll play Skyrim for an hour, and then I went to bed at 6:30, and then you're just like,
I was so fucked up.
you were like rethinking like your whole life decisions.
I fell asleep on the bathroom floor, which isn't necessarily new territory because I've done it before.
People do it,
but I just like what I remember, and this is the most specific, is that I had a conversation with myself, like two different components of me. And I remember so explicitly because I threw up, but I was like, it wasn't that kind of vomit where you got it all out. You're like, oh, okay, I got it out. I'm going to be fine. It was like, that saved your life. Have fun with the next, for me, was almost 24 hours. And I was laying there on the floor in the bathroom on my back. And like, I don't know. The Josh that wanted to survive chimed in and he's like, if you don't fucking roll over, you're gonna throw up and choke on your own vomit and
keep in mind, everybody, this is like 2 bedrooms away from where I was in, so I couldn't be like, hey dude, how's it go? Like, I couldn't lean over the chair. Like, I physically had to get up and walk through the apartment around a corner in his room to get to this bathroom. And I was like, because again, this has happened before, so I'm like I'm not gonna constantly be checking in because I'm like, this has happened. Like, I'm not gonna get up and be like, hey, how's it going? Okay, bye.
So I did that, slept on my side, woke up, and I didn't eat until 8 p.m. Sunday night.
Did you really?
Yeah, it was when we got Panera. There was a football game on. Giants Cowboys
right.
Sunday Night Football.
That's right.
Yep.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that was rough. I've never been more hungover than that in my entire life.
Jesus.
So that was the last time I drank Everclear. So that's pretty much where I'm at.
Dude, that night was just so fucking wacky. But like I said, if you kids want a good time, Everclear Monster. With 4 fingers of water.
Be safe. 4 fingers of water.
Be safe.
I honestly think if I didn't put so much water in those drinks, I might have actually died.
You probably. Jesus, probably.
Just based on the condition I was in with all the water.
Oh my
God. That's
God.
what I'm saying. All right, let's wrap it up. What's any final things to say
let me think here. What am I playing right now? Oh, I'm almost.
I already asked you that.
I know. Well, like I said, I got into the whole Fallen Order rant. I am almost done with Days Gone. I'm like V close. Honestly, we'll talk about this next time, but I'm kind of surprised how under the radar that game has gone. Like, it was a pretty big E3 reveal. Like,
it was big at E3.
Sony put a big ad out for it, and it was an awesome trailer, and everybody loved it. And then once it got launched, it kind of just I never really heard anything about it. I didn't hear good or bad things. I'm telling you, man, like, again, we'll get into this next time, but I enjoy it. There are some things I do disagree with, but I do like it. I'm finishing that up.
Well, I don't think anyone's surprised that there's something that you dislike in the game.
What the fuck are you playing, man?
Vice City, and I have only good things to say about it.
Jesus.
It's still good in 2020. It's still fun.
It's still fun. See, now that right there, people,
that's
the true test of time.
Exactly.
All right. That about does it here for us today, people.
I need another beer, so I'm out of here.
All right, yeah, we got to go refuel. We'll do this again. We'll just, everyone, if you want to keep hearing stories, just fucking come back, all right? Just do what your inner Josh would tell you to do.
And not
4 fingers of water, don't die, listen to Midwest Meltdown.
Roll on your side.
Like, roll on your side. Just have us there, and we'll walk you through anything going on in your life. We'll help you get through that Everclear Monster night for you guys. All right, everybody. Until next time.